All right, on my way back out Monday morning. Hi, everybody. Kurt Quinnell back on Lake of the Woods, and I'm just heading out. And I heard that this crack opened up this weekend. Now it's pushed back shut again, but it's trying to heave a little bit right here. You can see it. It's about a foot difference. And the only way to get across this crack for quite a while is here. We've got some big planks pretty much under the snow by now. So we're going to go across here, and we're heading out that way. Hopefully we'll be there in a few minutes. We've been very lucky that we haven't had more of this. First weekend of January, and this is the kind of the first issue we've had. So, good.
A great part of the great outdoors, North Country Outdoors Radio.
Just a few seconds here. We got something to show you anyway. It's 8:31, and I had to drill holes. I've been messing around here for a while. All right, not surprising, there's a 12.5-inch sauger. We're getting a lot of these lately. I gotta show you something else here new. The theme of this whole video is going to be trying new things. I'll release this guy. Get out of here. He's gone. But seriously, I just got both lines in the water. There's a lot of fish biting right now in Lake of the Woods. Most of them small, but that's the first fish I've even seen, and it took it. I'll bait up what we're doing. If you watch the last videos, last couple, I had that big red rattle bait on, and then I lost it along with a rod down the hole. And I fished for a half a day trying to get that back and couldn't get it. So it's gone. So I replaced that one, and then I heard about these. Right? Made by the same company. It's Blackwater Customs, but they what they do is these are custom painted. That's where it comes from. Seems like everyone wants to get that special paint job that you don't get everywhere else. This one looks a lot like a shiner. It's got a big bunch of gulp on it. Not gulp, gorp, crap on the hook here. It won't come off. The hooks are pretty small. So when I got that big red rattle bait on, I said, well, this is too big. Too big. But it wasn't too big. And then I'm going to show you another bait that I've been using that I figured at first was way too small. But it wasn't too small. As we fish, especially as older guys, all right? However you learn to fish in the first, 4 or 5 years you fished, you may have gone with something new, all right? Eventually, you settle in on what works for you, and then you're not going to change. I fish with 125 different people every year, all right? With guiding in the summer, and little ice guiding that I do, and whatever way their grandpa showed them how to do things, that's the way they're going to do it. So, I like to kind of nudge people in the direction by getting it to reel with the other hand. Let me show you this. Here this is my view here, right? This is the rod on my right hand. Note the crank is on the left side. So when I pick up that line right there, set the hook, I don't have to shovel the rod to the other hand and start reeling. And over here, on my left side, I've got the crank. So when I pick this up and set the hook here, all right, I'm reeling without doing all that hand switching. And that's not a big deal, but it is a deal. And it's something that makes it easier to do once you get used to cranking with both hands. That's one thing. Now, in a bit, I'm going to lay these baits out here. But you know I use a small jig. So I had a little tungsten jig on one and a little jigging spoon on the other. And I didn't use rattle baits. And I didn't do this and that and the other thing when you could have. Now, with everything that I'm changing, fishing isn't much different. I'm catching about the same amount of fish, all right? But I'm catching fish on everything. So if what you're doing, what you've been doing, has always been what you're doing, and you can do it on days when fish are biting, which is the best way to test something new, or on the days when they're not, just get something else down there, all right? And if a month ago I'd have said no, I'm not going to do that, I can hear you out there in YouTube land saying the same thing. And I'm not saying you have to do it. But when you put something new down and get some success with it, you say, well, why didn't I do this before? That's kind of the gist of what we've got going today. I've got a report for you from Lake of the Woods. It was a busy weekend. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. I'm going to attend to my lines and get things set up and get the holes cleared off, and we'll continue. That bait that I lost on the hole, you probably heard about it, and I'm going to tell you the story right now, I guess. I had that big, well, I'll show you what I had on. I had this one on. I had it on for a couple days. Been doing really good with it. Caught a 13-incher. Set the rod down, threw the 13-incher back down the hole, and as it went by, it caught either the hooks on that rattle bait or just got tangled up in the line, and whoosh, as it went down, it took the rod with it, and it was all gone in a second. So, there we go. Well, doesn't feel too bad over here, but there we go. Oh yeah, that's a sauger that would keep if I was keeping it. I think I'll get you, buddy. Alright? Yeah. Well, I'll measure this guy. Oh yeah, easy 14. 14 and a quarter. I'll get out of here. These are the jigs that I've been using, and they're pretty small. Alright? Small jigs, smaller hooks. Now, I just don't like using bigger ones, but you could use whatever you want. But this is what I've been using. And these little tungsten, this is tungsten right here. This is the one company I found. I couldn't even tell you who does it. But that's tungsten, and that's pretty small, but that hook is good. And I've seen these before. Like this is these are hand painted as well. They're called eyeball jigs. I wonder why, right? But look at how small that is. And this is an 8mm, and I said, well, what the heck does 8mm mean to me? I have no idea. But look at how small that hook is. That is a small, small hook. Now the panfish hooks are even smaller, probably half again that size. But I said, those are too small. And he said, well, try it. Well, here's the other one. You can see there's quite a bit of difference there, but this is too small. But not only did I catch fish on that, but most of the fish that I caught were hooked right up into the roof of their mouth, right where you want them. Easy to catch, easy to release, and I didn't have anything foul hooked. It was fish after fish after fish, and they're all hooked just the way you want them. Small, all right? And you've got to be careful. Some of these tungsten jigs have hooks that are too small for walleyes and saugers, but this is very good, and I was surprised by that. Got this one. He just came roaming in from the side. It's not a big one, but let's just go ahead and see how this one's hooked. This is that magic bait I was telling you. And there he is. It is hooked right in the nose. All right? That's right where you want them hooked. Now, I haven't caught a big fish on this yet. Come on, buddy. But that's the optimum place you want to have that bait go into his nose. And I'll see where this one's hooked. Right in the roof of his mouth. I love this. I love this. The way this little jig works here. They come out that easy from these fish that you're throwing back. And off they go. Let's get to the fishing report. This is Monday, January 2nd. Happy New Year. Last Tuesday, fishing had been steady till right up to that point. Out of that big blow, the fishing hung in there. You caught a lot of little ones, and you caught a few nice ones to keep every day. and you had a chance at a big one. You had a big one on of some kind every day, or at least a burbot or something to keep it interesting. Now, after Wednesday, I don't think I fished Wednesday, but Thursday we came back out, and it was starting to get busy. Everyone had between Christmas and New Year's off, and a lot of them decided to come fishing. And it got busy, and what happened was the small fish were still there, but the nicer ones, gone. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then every day we went out. We caught a lot of fish, but I mean they were all smaller. But now that's not the way it was all over the lake. I heard some good reports here and there. With that many lines down the hole, someone's going to come up with some fish, because the big fish are around. I just don't know what gets into them in the wintertime. Suddenly they just like to disappear. But you keep your lines in the water, and I'm thinking now that it's settled down. After New Year's, this is Monday, so it's been a day. So I would say by Tuesday or Wednesday this week, or Thursday, things ought to be getting kind of back to normal. Then you hit a big weekend. The weekends in January are going to be busy. If you can get away during the week, all right, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they're the best days of the week to fish, always. But if you've got to come on the weekends, because that's how it works for you, you've got a shot. You've got a chance at some nice fish. You're probably going to catch enough little fish to keep you busy, but you've got a chance at some nice ones. If your lines aren't in the water, nothing's going to happen, right? This time, come on. Nicer. There we go. This is not a bad one. Okay. See, there's still a few of these. Oh, no. Get out of my shirt. Treble hooks will get you. Well, I thought this is a whopper. I'm not going to keep anything today anyway, but this is probably just 15 if it's 15, and it is 15 and a half incher. Out of the blue he came. This one keeps all day every day. And off he goes. This is a better one here. What? Come on! I'll go on this other bait here, maybe again over here. Doggone it. Came right up to it. And I'm sure I've got no bait. Oh, didn't come up on this one. Boy, remember I said that was a big fish? Well, there's another one down there too. Because, oh, these are big fish coming up. Well, they're not. But here's this little bait. You see this? That fish is hooked right in the roof of his mouth. Now, I've caught maybe 10 fish on this. 9 of them have been hooked just like that. As far as hooking that fish, well, you couldn't ask for a better place to hook him. Alright, this is the first one that I've caught on that bright yellow bait. I had one I missed her just a little bit. Oh, this is a sauger that would keep. This has got to be close to 14 inches. I'm not keeping anything today, but it came along pretty nice. I can get him to just touch 14 inches. So, that's it. Keeper sauger every day. There he goes. There we go. It seemed like a bunch nicer fish, but it's not. That might be keeper stuff, but, oh yeah. He was fighting hard because it's a walleye this time. Right in the roof of his mouth. There it is again. Well, I tell you, that little hook does a good job. Well, I fish. I'm going to put a post note in here. I've been talking a lot about my Northern Light tackle, that little tiny tungsten jig, and the Blackwater Customs baits. Neither one of them are sponsors of mine at all. All right, people that I know were using them, and I went out and I got some, and that's where we're going. They're both local businesses. Blackwater Customs is in Grand Forks and in Badette, and Northern Light Tackles in Grigla. So supporting good local businesses that are making a great product. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not just here to sell you this stuff other than to try something new and try something different, all right? Well, I'm going to wrap it up here in just a little bit and call it a day. We didn't get into any nice ones today, but hey, that's the way it is. Catch a lot of fish. And if I was keeping some today, I'd have my usual 3 or 4 from Fish in the Morning to bring home. So nice weather all this week is going to be, I think, good for fishing, very stable. A lot of sunshine, and that usually helps with fishing. I'm gonna keep fishing every day this week. Fishing can turn around. Things will settle down after the big New Year's weekend and the big Christmas to New Year's week onslaught here on Lake of the Woods. So I'm thinking it's just probably gonna get better every day. So, with my fingers crossed, I'm Kurt Quinnell. We'll see you out here somewhere soon on the ice.